Kit, and you're watching ECSports.
Do you know who you're messing with? Do you know who you're messing with?
Yeah, buddy.
Just a quick little preview of what's going on. We're waiting for Warren.
He doesn't like me.
Oh, whoops! The man behind the scenes to get it together.
He said he's on, bro.
Oh, you're on. We're live. Are we officially live? Okay, here we go.
TV.
ECSports, live and in action.
So many different
Avenues. We're here. We're here. We're here.
She's
Yeah, she's ready to go. Right.
how we say it?
Just talking that good stuff.
She probably cut Dex firsthand.
Dion, let's hop into the show, and because I want y'all to get out the way what we were talking about on the pre-show. I don't have time to really sit here.
No, we're not
in
gonna get out of the
misery.
way.
Yes, let's just talk about it and let's just get it figured out.
We're not gonna get out of the way. We'll wait. That's a closer.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the
We're gonna
Bears
sit
first.
through a whole show and then talk about what my life has come to. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of money you're not gonna have. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, the Super Bowl is 2 days before Christmas. That's crazy.
Chicago Bears are officially out of the playoffs. There's not really any calculation in which they can make it unless the world ended. So they lost to the Green Bay Packers for the second time this season, swept by the Packers. I don't know if you know, but what was Lovie Smith's biggest thing when he took over his office? What are Bears?
Beat the Packers.
Right. That is the number one objective. So I would say in the pass-fail category this year, the Bears failed at that.
What?
Down with the Bears. See,
Where's she
Megan's
from?
on. She's from Iowa. She don't care. She don't care about the Bears.
Really?
Yeah, same with Drew. They both.
Drew
broke it down.
too? Ain't no Iowa team.
Yeah. So they went. I don't know. Broncos, Patriots. Who knows?
I used to like them.
I thought they were Packers
I
fans.
used to like
Like Megan's a Packers
Y'all are not
fan?
a Packer
I
fan.
thought they were Packers fans.
Oh
No. No.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Confirmed?
we're about to shut
All
off
right,
our
yeah.
Instagram.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay. So she's a Rams fan because St. Louis.
St.
they
Louis,
moved
I
away.
guess.
That
All
makes
right.
sense. Dion,
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about the 2019-2020 Chicago Bears. What were the biggest issues that they faced, and how do you fix them next
She
year?
said go Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
How do you fix them? You get rid of Mitch Trubisky.
Do you think that's going to happen?
No,
Okay.
but he was talking shit yesterday.
Who? Mitt?
He was talking about his coach.
Oh,
the
yeah,
plays.
yeah. He wasn't too happy
And
with.
the play calling, and the coach went and said that there's no rift between Mitch and I, so we're fine.
I would hope not. I mean, Nagy's been Mitch's biggest supporter and sounds like emotional therapist for the better half of 8 weeks. That's what he credited for sticking by him. Now what? You have one bad game. Now you're questioning the play calling. That's kind of not reciprocating. The, I got your back.
I mean, his mustache alone, he should question that.
Dirty
Let
stash.
alone the way that they played. They were down 21-3 most of the game.
Right after the second half, score.
There's no need to roll the footage back because it felt like we were just outside talking about it. But I had a lot of high hopes for them, and they just said, "You know what, Dion? Fuck you. I don't care what you want. You're not gonna get it."
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
And here we are.
So here we are. The Bears are
What? They're now 7-7.
7-7.
Yep.
The Cowboys, on the other hand, and the Eagles are 7-7, and they're much in it because the Bears are in
The division sucks. The Bears are in a tough
where
division.
The other teams are good.
You have two playoff teams.
Yeah.
In
Every
it.
year.
The Packers and the Vikings will be in the playoffs
At
this
one
year.
point or another. Last year was them. Now it isn't. But I really think that they need to look into Mr. Trubisky moving on. Do you pay him that type of money?
I don't know what that. I mean, he's not going to get a Jared Goff contract. He's not going to get what Dak Prescott's going to get. To be honest, we might look back in this in 2 years, and it might be a blessing in disguise because they're probably going to extend Mitch when his contract is up for a very reasonable amount of money. And if he makes any other leap in his career, you know, he's a solidified quarterback. He's just a little too. I don't know, man. He's a little too all over the place for me. Like, sometimes he makes spectacular plays. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, bruh, why did you think that was a good idea? You ever been so upset, you know, with one of your kids and you were just like, you know, you're so upset you're calm. Yeah. And you just sit them down and you're just like, I want you to walk me through your thought process with this. Yeah. Just step by step, the floor is yours.
Just go downstairs and look in the basement.
Need to be touched up?
Just a smidge. And then at the end of the day, it's like, so do you keep this guy on your team and deal with his mediocre play? Or do you say, all right, let's give it one more chance? No, bro. The running game is terrible. Is it the offensive line or the running? Who knows?
Man,
I'm just very disappointed, and I don't really want to keep a lot of conversation up on them. They disappointed a lot of fans.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to watch now.
Nope. My Sundays, what am I going to check in on the Bears game for? Just for sport? Just to watch football? I'm out on my fantasy teams.
There's no one to watch.
So I don't really have a strong reason to watch.
City beat them.
To
they
watch
just got Terrell Suggs.
God. Watching the Chiefs run a train on the Bears next week is not going to be enjoyable. It would have been nice if it, you know, at least left it up for the possibility.
Detroit or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I mean, we were realistic. We said they're probably not going to run the table. Packers, Chiefs, Vikings. But, I mean, that game was there for the taking.
Yeah, it was.
As was the first game of the season.
And then that gives you momentum, which they didn't want, obviously.
No. Momentum.
Yeah. Why would they want that?
Not around me, brother.
So,
I'm a Christian. I don't need momentum. I got Jesus. So, we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna say goodbye to this edition of the 2019 Chicago Bears. Hopefully, somebody. Hey, I saw Khalil Mack. I saw him. He was at the Bulls game
with Tim Anderson.
Yeah. So he's good. He's all right. He's alive. We could call off the Amber Alert.
Yeah, and he's still just,
you know. Yeah. He gets real close to a lot of them, though.
Yeah.
And
that would have been a good drop.
I think Akeem Hicks should just take care of his elbow. And
he made a great point. Mediocre offensive weapons. Thank you, Gino. Everybody thinks our weapons are elite.
Allen Robinson's elite, and that's about it. It's about it. We like what we see out of the young boy.
No.
What about young boy Anthony Miller? We like what we see out of him. He makes kind of a little bit of a little dumbass stuff, like dropping.
I don't know if you saw the last play. He kind of looked at the ball like, I don't want that. That was kind of weird.
I saw that. Was he like, oh, this is a forward pass and I need to make sure they touch it beforehand? I don't know.
I'm going to hope that's what it was.
That was real Cam Newton at the Super Bowl during that fumble.
I don't remember that. I don't recall. No need to talk about it.
Oh, sounds like somebody was lost that day.
Bash. We don't Cam bash when ECSports.
I don't.
He got his foot surgery, though.
Yes, and he looked in good spirits in his wheelchair outside of his private jet.
Yes, I did. That's him.
We got a minute left, man. Let's say
wrap it up.
Let's say our goodbye.
Fuck you, Chicago Bears.
And
Mitch Trubisky.
Josh Gordon, brother. For those that don't know, Josh Gordon was suspended once again for substance abuse and performance-enhancing drugs. This will make his 5th suspension, and a lot of people speculate this will be his final suspension. All that talent, man. You know who didn't do him any favors? Baylor. Apparently, Baylor just let him do whatever the hell he wanted all his years in college, and then NFL, he thought that it was going to be the same situation. But he was signed. I'm wondering if the Patriots knew something then, and they just cut bait a little early. So Josh, get better. Maybe we'll see you in the XXFL, but get your mental health together first. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Public service announcement. Please use the appropriate skin tone
emojis
for your emojis. We don't need you, ma'am, Jennifer. We understand that you went to LA Tan this morning, but you can't just keep switching up your skin tone based off of how much UV you got that day.
Exactly.
We know.
What do we got next?
What do we have next? Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. Right, in a season where it just seems like nothing is really going right.
It's so weird being there. Like, I'm looking for every little instance. Like, you could see, like, Boylan, he'll be like, time out, come on! And then walk across the court for a timeout.
Right.
And, is he talking to Zach? Like, who's mad at who? And it's just like a soap opera. And then after the game, before I interviewed him, he has Denzel like, hey, you going to church Sunday? And then they're going back and forth for like, oh yeah, this pass is real good, isn't it? It was just like,
who
surreal.
said that?
Boylan and Valentine.
Talking about church together. All right, but I mean, okay, great. Speaking of Mr. Denzel Valentine, Dion, you had an opportunity to speak with him after a clutch performance for a man that has spent a lot of time, watching the basketball games,
which is very hard to do.
Hopped right in,
yeah,
and contributed against the Clippers. So
it's like he never left. But I asked him a couple questions. First, starting off with, how could you explain to like a novice fan or anyone how it is to be literally at the end of the bench, and then like 8 to 9 games in, be said, all right, Denzel, you're in the rotation. So let's go to that.
Got Denzel Valentine. Tell me how it is, or can you tell like a regular, like casual fan, how it is for a guy that hasn't even been in a rotation most of the season. He just jumps in and just does what you've been doing lately.
I just give credit to my teammates for hanging in there with me, giving me confidence. Give the credit to my family, God, coaches for just believing in me and putting me out there. I'm just blessed to do what I'm doing right now, and it's just a matter of time.
Explain like how you felt when you got the shot. You were at the top of the key, put it right down. Obviously, did your little shimmy at the end for the crowd. How did that feel?
I felt good. I felt very comfortable taking those shots. I took a lot of big shots in my career, in college, in the pros. So I was very confident when I got the ball that I was gonna make that shot.
What does the G League help during the season when you're in that situation and then coming into this situation?
Just help me get on my feet a little bit, get some rhythm, just to know that I can do it again. And it was a big help being down in the G League.
As you can see, get by with a little help of my friends.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tattoos. I wanna get that Rick Ross, the Ricky Rose.
Get it
around the chest. Yeah. All of that.
Rick Ross's baby mama's got RR right in the middle of the chest. That could be matching, but that was also the same woman that got, had that adult video with 50 Cent. And that's why he was sued and was one of his many bankruptcies. 50 Cent is wild, man. That is the biggest internet bully on the planet. He's beefing with Oprah now. He's coming at Oprah because he's like, Oprah, how you canceling all the black pedophile, rapists, bad people, but you protecting all your other buddies on the other side, which there is something to that. There is something to that, and let 50 Cent be the one to carry the message.
50.
But yeah, man. I mean, Denzel, for all the frustration Bulls fans have had with him, and
I will say it. I used to dog him. Like, you're a bum.
He was a 14 pick.
Yeah. He was good in college. He was great in college.
Michigan State.
Great player.
Shout out Tom Izzo.
He was out all last year. That was tough. I guess it wasn't really him. It's more that he used to hang with Campaign.
Wait, you mean out as in like
he was out
the clubs?
Yeah, because
that's the most where I found Denzel Valentine these last year is
No comment. Shout out Hustle Simmons. That's his guy.
Hey,
that's his brother.
Shout out Bounce Nightclub. Hey, Instagram's Instagram. So, hey, you can rehabilitate by day and party with beautiful people at night. So more power to you.
He was hurt all year. He said that was worse than sitting on the bench. Mm-hmm. As you saw, I asked him how the D League was, and he said it just helps him get his game
Bulls organization is crap. You right about that, dog. So
I'm good. I'm glad that they have someone that they could depend on outside of what they have been. They did, and I have to quote this because I was gonna tweet it, and I didn't want because we're getting a little bigger.
Yeah,
I didn't want our packs to see it, and they pull our credential because they've been paying attention to what Mr. Boylan says. So I think it was a Sun-Times beat reporter. He's like, I know it was a great win, but you're going to get the yeah buts. Meaning, yeah, you won, but Kawhi didn't play. Yeah, but Patrick Beverly didn't play. Yeah, but who was the other one? Somebody else didn't play.
Lou Williams.
Lou Will. And then Boylan goes, I mean, you're saying that, but we could say, yeah, but we didn't have Otto. We didn't have Gaff.
I don't understand.
Everybody in the press room looked at each other.
God, that's exhausting.
Did he say that?
Is watching
He said that.
From my perspective of watching that man come in and make
Kawhi,
points.
P-Bev, Lou Will.
It's hard for me to believe.
Otto Porter Jr., Daniel Gafford, and whoever else he said. Oh, I'm sorry, Hutch.
Did he shout out his
Hutch.
his big hurt guy, his big hurt stepson, Felicio?
No.
No, he didn't shout him out in the
but he
crowd.
got demoted. Well, I'm sorry, he got assigned.
Assigned. All right.
To the G League.
Right.
Yeah, have they reached out to us yet?
No, I got no response from the.
Well, their games are like
City
3
Bulls.
weeks
In between
each other, so
maybe
I
the
doubt
people
they're in the
working
office.
Are, at part-time at Steak and Shake.
No comment.
Holler at us back, please.
I honestly feel like they're they're in 11th seed still. So
I think we could be done talking about the P word with the Bulls.
Yeah.
Right. It's pretty obvious. Fourth of the season's done. Stuff shakes itself out. The Bulls don't look like a we can float to compete. Like,
their fan base has been dwindling though.
Yeah, we saw you saw pictures of the United Center. There are less and less people showing up unless it's a road superstar coming into town.
And you don't want to be that team that needs. And when the Bulls start trying to sell tickets, LeBron and the Lakers.
We just gonna add another
Kawhi
zero to the
and
price of these
who?
tickets.
Because Kawhi never plays here. I can't even tell you the last time Kawhi Leonard played here.
In Chicago?
Yeah, he didn't play last year either.
Hilarious, actually.
Like, he does not play. Like, I wanted to ask P. I didn't get in there because I wanted to get the Bulls, but I wanted to ask Paul George how it was and what he thought about load management, especially on back-to-backs, because you just dropped 30.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been an interesting question to watch.
That's who I really wanted to go, but I had to get the Bulls sooner or later.
Paul George, how do you feel about load management? Wow, the best player on your team is the poster
and that's
child
literally
for
what it is, you know? So it's like, how do you ask that? And then I want to even ask the Bulls, like, do y'all even have that instilled in this locker room?
Oh, no.
Is load management meant for superstar players?
Yes. Or load management is earned.
Yeah, I mean that's what it seems like. So, but they're going on a 2-week trip, starting with I think OKC tonight. Is it tonight? I believe. Tonight or tomorrow?
Yep. Bulls at Thunder. Chesapeake Energy.
Bulls at Thunder. For the next couple of weeks, they're going to be gone. They'll be back on the 28th.
The Chris Paul led Thunder. The Thunder aren't doing too bad this year, actually, all things considered.
I mean, snitching gets you
W's, but they about to ship Chris Paul out of there because they're doing a little too well for their future plans. It's like, wait a second, brother. You was to help us get off the Russ money.
State Farm.
Right.
Chill.
Slow down on all these assists.
Sisses.
You know, sir.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see Chris Paul end up? We got so many players, man. Where would you like to see Derek end up? The Pistons are going nowhere fast.
No.
Right? Like, free Derek, get him on a contending team. Chris Paul is a bum, according to our friend Michael, friend of the show. See, people have different opinions about Chris Paul. But I bet you this, if the Bulls are good, you take them. You take your CP3, but right.
No one wants to come here.
What if y'all are a CP3 away from being a
no
8 seed?
No. To do what?
Yeah, right.
To play Milwaukee, who hasn't lost in forever.
Sure, that'll make good for TV ratings.
Seen the wrestling moves they were doing?
Yes, which is
hilarious.
Apparently, we just miss them. We're gonna have to get there a little bit earlier for the next game because we're gonna document
You're gonna
this.
miss that one. You'll be in Florida.
I'll be in Florida. Okay.
Well, you should go to Milwaukee. It's an hour away. I feel like is there something wrong with you in Milwaukee? I feel like you're scared to go.
The Pfizer Center.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Their new arena. No, Milwaukee's cool. I'm, I enjoy my trips up there, battling with the fans. You know, usually they were Brewers fans that I was, giving shit to.
We got to get some baseball in too.
Dude, please.
CDI waiters.
I am hurting about baseball. The Cubs don't want to do shit about shit right now, and are thinking about trading Chris Bryant. But
as Michael said, he's never been frustrated with an organization. I'm like for the Cubs too.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I mean, this state of Chicago sports right now is kind of in a lull.
The Hawks.
Who's the best team in Chicago? The Bears?
That's pretty bad because the Hawks are falling off.
I don't know, man. I don't.
State.
Yeah.
Fire. Whatever.
What about the Sky? That was a cut. Oh.
I'm saying
Oh, that was a cut. Like we done. Yeah. Y'all let us know. Who's the best team in Chicago right now?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
It's sad. We'll put a poll up. We'll ask y'all, but unfortunately, 2 of the teams are ran by the same brain trust. So, Sox are doing a little bit, but we'll have to see. All right, man. Last segment. Let's just do it. You know what, Gino? You stuck around. You've been very patient.
So basically, it's the final week of fantasy football, and there's a lot of talking, a lot of stuff going on, and Rick is no longer. His team let him down. All of the talk and commotion, and I'm Ricky Lake. It's over. You're done, bucko. My guy Gino from college whooped your ass.
He did not whoop my ass. He ripped my heart out.
Just flexed on you again.
And licked it. And
with
then
the
threw it in the trash.
Pause with the lick. So how do you feel? I mean, watching a team that you were like, I'm in this bitch.
I was.
And then you vaporized.
I was. First of all,
he's just sending you in a slew of emojis.
Let's just start it like this. Let's treat this as my exit.
Shout out to Dan from LA, EC, for making the championship again with a less than 500 record.
I'm gonna treat this as my exit interview.
Okay. Should have wore a hood today, so you.
First of all, I just want to thank all of my players on a hell of a year. They really put their best foot forward. I especially want to give a shout out to the MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson. I bet you'll never go undrafted in any fantasy league again, my brother.
I'm drafting him next year.
I would be remiss if I didn't apologize to Devontae Adams.
Say he called it. Is that true?
Devontae Adams was on my bench.
Called it against you?
I don't recall.
Okay, I'm just making sure you've seen what this guy is saying.
That
he called a victory against you.
Well, I would hope. I would hope everybody would have faith in it. Devontae Adams sat on my bench. Robert Woods did nothing for me.
And what you're saying is, if he would have played, you would have won.
I would have won. Kenyon Drake
regardless
sat on my
of what
bench.
Doyle did.
Kenyon Drake got 40 points on the bench.
You weren't going to start him regardless.
But that hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts right here.
It's a stinger.
In conclusion, Thank you, Dion,
Sure.
for putting together a fun and exciting league.
And
this is my first year.
And it's going to be bigger next year. You know why? Because it's a C note. Winner take all.
I'll probably end up third this year. Because I have to play next week, right? Like, there are matchups next week? Yeah. So
are we doing a third place?
No, but I would like the satisfaction of knowing I came in third place in my inaugural year. I was really looking forward to facing Danny, who decided to resurrect.
Take over. This dude had AB on his team the whole season.
Yeah, and now he finds himself in the championship game. What a rough way to go out, man.
Dude. Speaking of him, we got to finish up the show with that bum anyway.
Oh, the Danny's 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Lauren, do we have Danny's 2-minute drill time coming out?
Yeah. Perfect. I just talked to him. It's coming now. So
I'm gonna go cry.
Let's shoot over to Dan. For everyone else,
I can't believe we gave it up.
It's bad.
I'll see you next year,
All right.
Ricky Lake Show.
We'll see you. Take care.
Peace.
What's going on, Ricky? What's going on, Dion? It's another edition, another rundown of the 2-minute drill brought to you by ECSports West. I'm Daniel Malgezmile. It's going to be a really insane finish for the NFC West this season. Now with Seattle taking the number 1 seed on Sunday and the San Francisco 49ers dropping from 1 to 5, it's going to be an interesting 2 games for the Niners. The San Francisco 49ers face a tough last 2 games of their schedule, playing the Los Angeles Rams in Santa Clara and then having to travel to Seattle to finish out their season. What a crazy finish it's going to be. I honestly think it can go either way. I'm going to ride with Seattle taking the number 1 seed in the NFC. I know earlier in a few past the 2-minute drill, I was thinking, San Francisco 49ers have it wrapped up. But Russell Wilson's playing at an MVP type level, and I don't see this team losing at home at a week 17. The 12th man's going to be going crazy. I say Seattle pulls that one out. I say they are division champs with the NFC West and take the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. It was a tough farewell for the Oakland Raiders. This is the final home game ever in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, and what a way to end it, right? With a loss. With a 20-16 loss against the Jacksonville Jaguars, some questionable play calling at the end of the game really had Derek Carr and John Gruden steamed. The NFL actually issued an apology the next day. Too little, too late, but hey, that's the way it goes for the Raiders. And finally, to conclude this week's episode of the ECSports 2-minute drill, I'm actually in the Fantasy Football Championship game for the ECSports. Yes, me. The team that was 3-7 at one point and won 6 straight games. You can never underestimate the heart of a champion, as said by the great Rudy Tomjanovich, and you can never underestimate the champ. Hello, I am the reigning champ. I think I know what I'm doing in this. I won 6 straight games, took out the number 5 seed, and then eliminated the number 1 seed this week, riding high going into the championship game. Hopefully, Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley can do the same thing they did last week, and I can take home another title. And that wraps up this week's ECSports West 2-minute drill.